Hi, this is Adam Priner from Integra Restructuring and Insolvency with another update. This week I'm talking economic Jenga, specifically the government measures removed piece by piece. The Jenga tower of economic support that the government and state governments have stacked up to support businesses in response to COVID-19, and the imminent withdrawals of that support, which will occur over the following months. The federal and state government's assistance for businesses and changes to insolvency laws will shortly cease or revert back to normal. At present, most of these measures will cease between September and December 2020. The sudden change will cause a disruption to many businesses. A tapered off approach would be wiser to ensure that insolvency appointments do not sharply rise. The federal government has considered some measures and have approved the extension of some measures, but others have not been confirmed to date. We will look at when the government's measures will be removed piece by piece. The first major brick to be removed will occur on the 23rd of September 2020, when the 6-month period of temporary changes to insolvency laws reverts back to normal. Some of these changes included the statutory demand amount increasing from $2,000 to $20,000, the period to respond to a statutory demand increasing from 21 days to 6 months, and the temporary relief from insolvent trading. So after this expires, creditors will now be able to pursue companies for unpaid debts yet again. The following day, on the 24th of September 2020, the ability for members to access an early release of their superannuation will cease. The initiative included a single tax-free withdrawal of up to $10,000 in the 1920 financial year and a further single tax-free withdrawal of $10,000 in the 2021 financial year. Small businesses in particular may have used their superannuation withdrawal to prop up their businesses. The third and likely the most significant brick to be removed will occur on the 27th of September 2020, when the JobKeeper scheme will cease after its 14th and final fortnight. The scheme paid $1,500 per employee every fortnight. What some businesses may not be aware of is that employee entitlements are not covered by the scheme and continue to accrue. This could result in a significant liability for some businesses. The end of the scheme will result in many businesses that are unable to trade or have suffered significant decreases in turnover being unable to continue to operate. I note that on the 23rd of July 2020, the Treasurer has advised that there will be a significant announcement about changes to this scheme and a possible extension to this scheme. The temporary loan payment deferral scheme was scheduled to cease in September 2020. This allowed lenders to defer their loan repayments for a period of 6 months. Recently, on the 9th of July 2020, APRA announced the extension of loan repayment deferrals to 10 months from the start of the repayment deferral or until 31 March 2021, whichever comes first. The recommencement of loan repayments will decrease the available cash flow that businesses have. In October 2020, the final cash flow boost stimulus that is being paid by the ATO will be paid to eligible businesses through their September 2020 quarter business activity statement. The government tax-free cash flow boosts to eligible businesses totaled between $20,000 and $100,000. The cease of this stimulus will further decrease the cash flow of these businesses. On the 3rd of April 2020, the National Cabinet agreed on the Code of Conduct for SME commercial leasing principles during COVID-19. The code provides a ban on evictions, rent waivers, deferrals, and that the landlord must not draw on a tenant's security for the non-payment of rent. This is scheduled to cease on October 2020. There will be some businesses still under COVID-19 restrictions who haven't had a resurgence of their revenue, who will now be required to pay the normal amount of rent. On 31 December 2020, the instant asset write-off and home builder grant will discontinue. The instant asset write-off allowed businesses to 100% tax deduction on an asset's purchase price under $150,000. The home builder grant provided owner-occupiers with a grant of $25,000 to build a new home or conduct renovations, with conditions, that is. The apprentice trainee wage subsidy was set to cease in September 2020. The wage subsidy provides businesses a 50% subsidy for apprentices or trainees' wages with a maximum of $21,000 per employee. On the 16th of July 2020, there was an announcement that there will be a new scheme called Job Trainer, which will expand the subsidy and extend the end date to March 2021. So you can see that the government is already starting to take measures to extend some of these assistance packages. There have been a number of state-introduced grants introduced by both the states and territories. I'm just going to quickly run through the New South Wales government grants, which include NSW license and permit fee waivers, NSW small business COVID-19 support grants of up to $10,000, NSW land tax deferrals of 25%, and NSW payroll tax deferrals. A lot of these grants end on various days, but the fact that they are coming to an end will have an impact on businesses. As with the recent 4-month extension of the temporary loan payment deferral until 31 March 2021 and the extension of the Job Trainer scheme, other measures may also be extended to support the economy. The federal government has advised that they are also considering the extension or changes to the JobKeeper scheme and the temporary insolvency law changes. I do note, however, that neither of the above have been confirmed by the government as yet. The federal government will likely proceed with extending some of the measures to ensure that too many pieces are not removed at the same time. This will reduce the likelihood of the below tumble occurring. I will provide a further update after some of the changes have been announced. Thanks for listening.